Welcome back to another episode of Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan and Danny Miner. Not so sure if there's meds these days. You on meds? I'm
not meds yet because I can't be. I always say this. It would ruin me. It would ruin me. It's what makes me unique.
I know.
So how's your week going?
Things are good. I have so much going on. I wanted to, first of all, if the studio audience here and you guys at home don't know this, I wanted to congratulate you on your very first motion picture.
Yeah, it was great.
Danny Miner did a picture, it was last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, he was on a movie called Easy's Waltz, that was filming at the Wynn with Al Pacino and Vince Vaughn. I was there for production. I was lucky enough to hang with you guys for a little while on production, and you did amazing work. You looked good. You were awesome. You worked with all these celebrities. They kept picking and choosing you for all the cool spots and places. Can you tell these people what this was like for you for the first time? First of all, were you scared?
You know what? I'm not that kind of person to be scared.
Yeah.
I really not. So I came in there, that little anxiety of you don't know what's going to go on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What can I expect?
What can I expect? So I had that in me, but I wasn't really scared. But I'll be honest with you, there's no way you can't be starstruck when you're with celebrities like Vince Vaughn and Al Pacino. I mean, I was starstruck. I pretended I was.
See, I don't know. I was not starstruck at all.
Really, I was.
Maybe it's being in the business for as long as I've been. I've been in this business for 35 years. So, and especially being from New York, it's common to see celebrities. And I do LA a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
I see them all, so I don't know. But I guess maybe in your position, because Vince was right there with you.
Yes. The
he
whole
was
time.
right there with you.
I was with him the whole time. Yes.
Yeah. Very cool.
I'm going to tell you guys this. Awesome individual. Vince Vaughn is a nice person. He thanked us 400 million times.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was awesome. So was Al Pacino. So there was no stuck-up celebrities here. They were all nice people.
I have heard that about Vince Vaughn a number of times.
Yeah.
And even to me, very kind, very nice guy, fantastic. And Al Pacino as well. I heard always in Hollywood was the biggest sweetheart. Very kind to everybody. That whole bad boy reputation, I don't believe it all is true about him, that he was cool.
Yeah.
Now, you guys shot on Al Pacino's birthday, right?
Yes. We got
That was really cool. The guy worked on his birthday. Good for you.
We sang Happy Birthday to Al Pacino. I sang Happy Birthday to Al Pacino. It was great.
Isn't that cool? I mean, that's not something you can go put on your resume. Like, I went and sang Happy Birthday Al Pacino, but just for a life thing, that's cool. Like, my dad would have thought that was so cool.
Oh, my dad's in heaven thinking, my son made it. He was on the movie with Al Pacino.
That's great. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good time, and there was, the other people there, Shania Twain.
Shania Twain was in it.
She's in the movie. There's two other people.
The guy from Scream.
Yes.
But I don't know who he is. Jason.
Yeah, he was a rapper or something before that. Yes, I can't think of his name either. And then, who else? The one comedian, he's actually from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, from where I'm from.
So you should know who
Shane
he is.
Gillis, I believe his name. Yeah, he's the comedian. He just did Saturday Night Live. He's in the movie.
Very cool.
So, to me, we don't really know what the movie's about, even though you're in it.
Yeah.
You kind of get an idea. I think it's going to be a hit movie. I can tell you.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
We can't say all that much about it.
Yeah.
You know what it's about?
Yeah.
And it sounds super cool, super fun. I think there is a lot of comedy in it, but some drama in it as well. And just one of those feel-good movies. So it's called Easy's Waltz. The minute you hear that and that comes out, guys, go see that because you're going to go support Danny Miner. And
Listen, you might have to look with binoculars and say, there's Danny. But
it's not really.
Really?
Hair and makeuping every 5 seconds on you, right?
They did. Yeah, I got makeup done and stuff like that. It was weird. You got a wardrobe. Listen, I never got people to look at my clothes. I wouldn't call myself a person that cares about what he wears. I have,
Well, my shows though, those are.
I just bought new Vans. They're new Vans,
and they match the hat.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
And so I don't really go. But in acting now, I learned they kind of critique what you look like.
Yeah, you did look like $1 million. So when I came to set and I saw you...
Were you surprised? I was in a suit. Maria hasn't seen me in a suit.
Oh my God, it was so weird, guys. Like, I'm used to my Danny that looks like this. Very, Danny. So I was like, oh, wait, he cleans up really nice. I was like, someone take a picture of that because I don't know if I'm ever see you like that again. Except on a red carpet. I'm like, it's the only other way I'm going to see you.
And you know what? I did a video from there. Of course, not from the set. Off at the wind. I did a TikTok video telling my followers that I wouldn't be doing videos for 3 days. Yeah. But I told them why. And all my followers were like, wow, because they never see me like that in a suit. Yeah. Holy shit, Danny's in a suit.
Yeah.
And, I met a guy from The Walking Dead there. Pete?
Pete Pete. Big shout out to Pete Pitts. We love Pete Pitts. He is from Atlanta, originally from Tennessee, but lived in Atlanta and then just came out to Vegas, and now he's working the Vegas market.
Yeah.
But look out for Pete Pitts. Awesome guy.
He was awesome.
He's on set today.
Dawn, let me tell you something. You ever just like you instantly become friends?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I met Pete, we instantly bonded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so weird because we instantly made friends. Like, within 10 minutes, we acted like we knew each other for 40 years.
Can I tell you something? That is, when you say that, I'm not shocked, because knowing Pete, I know Pete for a long time, and then knowing you,
right?
That's a mesh right there. He's a little bit more normal than you.
Yeah, he's normal.
He's normal.
He's a normal guy. He did say someday he would love to do a movie with me, like me and him being like cops or something like that.
I can see it.
He said, I think it would be good. And you know, I tell you what he told me. And I'm not bragging about myself or anything, but, well, I do sometimes. But Pete told me this, you know me, I have a problem with memorizing lines.
Yeah.
You know me, I would go full force with this acting, but it scares me because I have ADHD. I have a problem memorizing lines. This is what Pete told me. He said, Danny, listen, if there's 7 things an actor needs, I'm just throwing this out there, 7 things. You have 6 of them. And them 6 of them cannot be taught. He said the 7th thing is memorizing lines. That could be taught. He said, you have all 6. You just need 7.
Pete is absolutely right.
You know, so he gave me motivation.
I love it. It's a great way to put it. You have all other attributes. I agree with that 100%. You have all other attributes. And a lot of the times, I'm going to get the audience involved in this too, for people that are looking to act and do this type of thing and be in this industry in any facet. A lot of the times it's not about remembering the lines. A lot of the times it's not about sitting and knowing your history. Have you been to 1,000 acting classes, and do you understand Shakespeare and character breakdown and thing like that? That's important, but it really is. Think about it from a casting perspective. Do I want to spend 3 weeks with you? How many hours a day are you guys together with production?
Yes.
All day long.
14 hours.
Sleep with them.
Yes.
Other than sleep with them, hopefully, while someone is on set. I'm just saying.
But yeah, you're with these people for 14 hours a day. You get to know them because there's a lot of downtime.
People. So when people are casting things, of course they're going to take into consideration, is this person a good actor? Yes. Is this person clean? Is this person going to be able to hold up mentally? Is this person a nice person? Is it cool? So many more factors go into than are you a good actor?
And you know, it's funny you said that. That's what Pete told me too. Pete said, like, say 2 guys are up for a part and you're both kind of equal.
Yeah.
The director will say to himself, or the producer will say, who could I go have a beer with and have fun?
Absolutely.
And that's who he picks.
100%. 95% of the time, you are getting picked, yes, because of your craft and who you are. But if you don't have a good attitude, or you don't have any attribute that makes someone want to spend time with you, no, you have to be friendly.
And you know, I talked to some of the actors there on the thing, and I learned a lot from a lot of these people. Have been doing this for 40 years, 30 years. This is what they do their whole life.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, to be good at this, just do what you're told. And just like in life, like if they ask you to do this, just do it, and do it with a smile on your face.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. But outside of anything crazy, I want to just put that out there.
Yeah.
Because in this business, Danny just said, like,
no nudity.
All new models and actors do whatever you're told, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of models come to me like, well, you and Danny said do whatever you told, so they asked me to do this, and this. No, girls, no, because it's a hard business in that way. So there's got to be a fine balance. And I ask people like this when I do some of my trainings too, like, who is down for whatever? And some people, I have my students, they'll raise their hand and say, oh, I'll do whatever production asks me to do.
Right.
There are some people that also say, no, I have morals and I have a moral compass that won't allow me to do this, that, and the other. And that's all up to the individual. But with the type of work, yeah, do what they ask you to do outside of anything that you're uncomfortable with. So if it's something uncomfortable, you know, don't do that. But yeah,
be friendly.
Be friendly.
If they tell you to be quiet, you be quiet. You know what I mean? And you gotta go with the flow. And you know, I got the bug now. I liked it.
And you know what? This was one of my projects too, and thank you, David Anthony, Mike Jones. Those are the guys we worked under for this project. But I was worried about you. I was upstairs in production, and I was with casting, and I just kept thinking, we're like 6 hours in, almost like you were my baby, my son. I said, I wonder if he ate. I wonder if they have a drink in front of him. I hope his phone isn't dead. Because I knew you guys are doing so much stuff. I'm texting him, yo, you okay? Are you good down
You
there?
did. She did. She
I
did.
was worried because, I didn't know how you were going to be on set.
The food was great.
The food was great.
Oh my God, they fed us so well.
Yeah.
The food was great,
and that's not always the situation.
That's what Pete told me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that's not always the situation when you go on some of these acting jobs. It's not always this nice. The Win was particularly nice to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Nice. Cool to see, like, if there's smoke in the room, they pay a little extra. It's a weird.
There's a lot.
Yes, it's weird to see all this stuff. But honestly, watching them do their craft was amazing.
Absolutely.
Like seeing him get prepared for a scene and doing it flawless. Like flawless. I don't think we ever stopped the scene that they screwed up. I mean, it was flawless.
Did you think, now sitting back and thinking back to prior to this experience, when you watched a movie, did you ever think it took that much?
No.
One scene takes how long? Tell these guys.
Days, hours. It's a 5 minutes. A 5-minute scene's hours, days and days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I can see why it takes a year to make a movie or something like that. Now you know.
Yeah.
Because you got to make sure everything's perfect,
Everything, down to even the extra people standing way, way, way in the back. If someone's hat is crooked,
yes.
if someone's shoe, everything has to be just so perfect.
Yes.
And you have to give credit to those guys, huh? That's a lot.
And the director, he was the best because he says, I don't like to tell people shut up. It's rude. I don't like to say shh. To quiet everybody down. Yeah. So every time we got loud, he'd say, okay, guys, we're going to practice breathing exercises. Yes. So he was really cool. He was able to deal with people so well. He said, I don't like to be rude. I'm not going to tell you to shut up. I'm not going to say shush.
I am so glad you had this type of experience on set. I'm glad. I'm glad you can share this also, because there are so many people out there. I'm telling you, my Instagram goes crazy. My website goes nuts, has been going nuts. To people that want to act, they want to get into this. This is a great way. Go make a small movie. Well, it's not a small movie. It's actually a huge
this
movie.
Is huge,
but
yeah. For me to get this the first time is unbelievable.
I know. That was pretty cool.
and like I said, I got the bug now, and I'm actually going to take acting courses. I don't know if you noticed, I've been going on YouTube, Googling how to act, and I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been watching everything. If you notice, I've been practicing a little more on my TikTok with the acting.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, Danny, come by. Guys, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays, what is Tuesday? Is 5:30 to 7:30, and then on Thursdays, 6:30 to 9. All different types of acting. You would be like, flawed the stuff that you're going to learn. Here's another thing, guys. There's so many competitors out in Las Vegas, and everyone's great. There are so many amazing acting coaches and teachers and all of that kind of stuff. What we do differently at Rise, we're almost teaching you how to book. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we're not going to sit there and learn like everything about Shakespeare and the whole past. It's not going to be that way. And there's so many schools out there that do that. What we do is we are preparing you to book and get jobs, whatever that looks like. How do you walk into a place? How do you present yourself? What do you say? How do you read a script? How do you put a good resume together? How do you have great pictures? Like the things you really need to succeed. Because if you're not doing those things on a professional level, you can't get on a professional set.
Right.
Does that make sense? So if I have a bunch of people, guys, on Instagram, you send me like a snapshot that your brother, sister's friend's cousin sends a picture of you. You have some crazy makeup on and it's all fuzzy and you got 7 hairs out of place. Is it likely that you're going to get hired off that picture? Maybe. But the likelihood of you having something a little bit more professional is going to get you hired.
Yeah.
Doing everything on a professional level. And the way you came in and looked, and that was your suit you wore, right?
Yeah.
Danny,
listen, I used to have to wear a suit every day when I was a detective. That's why
it reminded me of that. You were so cop-esque.
Was I?
Oh my God, yeah. I was like, oh, he looks fantastic, but he looks like the popo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like the police. You did. I was like, oh, okay.
I can tell you this about your group of people at your studio. It was like family there. Like, they accepted me right away. I talked to everybody between sets. We were all BSing.
Well, they knew better. I was like, my Danny's coming. They all know my Danny because, the show and everything. And then also, everyone loved you. I got like, oh my God, you're right. He's so cool in person. They thought maybe you were going to be a little bit, because you have so much notoriety on Instagram.
That I'd be arrogant?
A little.
Well, I can't handle sometimes.
Sometimes. So they thought you were going to be a little arrogant. And when they met you, they were like, oh, wow, he's the coolest. And I said, isn't he such a nice guy? But I love that you say that because I built Rise Talent on a family base. I like that we're family, all of us.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt family-ish when I was with everybody. We all ate dinner together. We ate lunch together. I mean, it was a bonding experience with the people that you work with every day. And some of them told me some of the movies they were in. And I'm gonna be honest with people. Like, I'm 55 years old. I'm starting this so late in my life. But listen. It's not all young people in movies. They need old people. They need 70-year-old people. They need 80-year-old people. They need kids.
So you know,
it's never too late.
Just last week, not on this production, but on another production, somebody had called me and they said, "Oh God, Dawn, quit with the young people. I need some older. Give me 55 to 70." Especially, and also for the win scene, especially some of those scenes, would it look normal if they're looking at
young people?
Young people sitting there clapping for what was being produced? We can't talk about what was being produced, but would that be normal? No, it needed to be your age group. We need every age group, guys. So if you are a little bit older and you're like, retire, this is the best for retirees. One, you make some money. The money wasn't bad, right?
No, it was nice.
How much?
I know.
I don't want to go down.
But honestly, it was good. It was good.
So the money is okay, and then but it's good for retirees. I have a lot of retired school teachers, retired military.
Yes,
I have a lot of those people that get into this work because they always thought, I kind of wanted to be always like in the movie scene, and then they're just doing it now. Why not? The opportunities are here in Las Vegas,
and it's going to get bigger. This town is going to get bigger for actors.
100% agree.
Yes.
Currently, we're not there yet. I mean, we have, I want to be honest, Mark Wahlberg kind of changed the game in this city. He really has. Mark, if you're watching this, if you see this, I'm plugging this shit on your Instagram. But if you, and Rise Talent supports you 100%, and your, we've been around for your alcohol stuff that you you know what I'm talking about. Promote it. We're for your promotion. I don't drink personally, never tasted it, but for your promotion, we're there. So he brought a lot to the city, stating like, why do we have to do everything in Hollywood? Why can't we move everything here? You know, why aren't we making more production here? And they're coming in. These hotels are now getting excited. Shoot with us. Shoot with us. They want to be. You don't think the Wynn wants this? You don't think the other one, the Aria, the new ones in the Aria, they want this for their hotels? People are going to start staying in there. It's a win-win for everybody. Is Hollywood going to be exempt? No, it's going to be Hollywood. It's going.
And you know, here's the thing: Vegas. When you put Vegas involved in a movie, anything, even a reality show, anything, it brings people.
Absolutely.
People are attracted to Vegas. We don't realize it because we live here.
Yeah.
But people are attracted to this city.
Can I tell you something? This is so weird. My hair looks funny on that stuff right there. Are we still there? No, move it over. Okay. She's gonna have to.
We look good though. I love the new scene.
I love.
Maria took care of us, man.
Did.
We look good.
The flooring, like she treats us like gold.
Oh my God,
I love you, Maria.
We look awesome.
You do. So I have well, I don't want to say this. I had an old friend of mine. She's still so dear to my heart. We don't talk for whatever reason. But every time she's from New York, and she used to come to Las Vegas and visit, and her attitude would change. And I would tell her, you are not the same girl. Like in New York, she's one way, and she would come to Vegas and just be like a lighter, better
person,
like breathe more. And she would just say, I don't know, she's got like this Vegas energy. I believe that there's an energy about Las Vegas, and it's not like that energy, Sin City, come here, and all this crazy stuff's gonna happen. I mean, to some people, right? Like, whatever, but there's an energy about Las Vegas. And I see that. You see people change in this city, and I think it is good. I think we're in the city of growth. And do you find that like a lot of people that are here are like restarting or recreating?
Yes, that's how I feel. I came here to restart. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think I
And this is a rough city. You gotta hustle. Because everybody in this city is a hustler. And if you're not, you're gonna be left behind. This city's hustle city. It's hustle city.
See, it's kind of weird. Being from New York City, New York City is home of the hustler.
Well, of course. Every corner on tables selling stuff and yes.
But being here, yes, but I feel like maybe I feel like a bigger fish here. Maybe that's why I feel like a bigger fish in this market, because I'm not in New York. So I see the hustle, but I also see there's kindness in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I agree.
There's kindness where in other states in this business there's not kindness.
So you lived in you lived in New York City and then Vegas. You lived in two major cities in the United States of America.
I lived in the heart of New York City.
Yes.
I was born, raised, and grew up in that chaotic, crazy, train-taking, tough environment. So when I came out here, I'm not going to lie, I came out here in 2008, And I would be like walking on the street and I would be like, where are all the people? This is creating anxiety. Cars are flying by. I wasn't used to like fast traffic because in New York, like, beep, beep, like everyone's slow and beeping and freaking out, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I like was like the people on the street. It scared me a little bit. Things were quiet. I would meet people and everybody would tell me nice shit about myself. So I would be like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I love your shoes. And then my head's like, fuck you want from me? Because I'm from New York. You don't compliment people in New York. I don't meet you on the street and tell you something nice about you.
Never.
That's not where I'm from and how that goes. It took me a while to understand, like, this is how people break ice in this town. They're trying to be nice to you. But then also, I said some good things about Vegas. You notice, because I guess there's so many transients from everywhere, it's a little bit got to watch your back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like this. I said this to this lady the other day. Like in New York, I think if someone's gonna rob you or pickpocket you, they're gonna be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, give me the nice designer purse. I'm taking it. You shut the fuck up. I'm going. We're good." And I'm like, "Fuck, I'm good. I got robbed. Shit. Leave me my phone so I can call. Thanks, Beth." You know, like one of those. Here, it's like a snaky.
Oh yeah, they're stealing your bank account. They're
like beat your business.
Yeah, just white collar crimes here.
Try to take your camera home. Like weird shit.
Yeah.
In New York, they'll just tell you you're getting jacked. Like, take your watch off, give it to me. Let's walk past. There's a million people around, and you're getting robbed.
Yeah.
Here, it's a little bit like snaky, so that does concern me still. But overall experience in Vegas, I love Las Vegas.
I do too.
And you know what, guys? If you're considering moving out here. And you're not from California. Just kidding.
We don't want any in California. I mean,
we do know California people are all right. They're different. They do bring a different kind of vibe out here, though. Right. They do bring a little bit of a different vibe out here.
I agree.
But you're almost like a California guy. You live on your beach.
Oh yeah.
This guy lives on a fucking beach.
Listen,
you have the life, man.
Honest to God, I gotta admit, I put it really good together for myself.
You did.
I got
television and movies. You just do what you want on TikTok. You get paid in you're making a couple of sources of income.
Right.
And he's on a beach, like knee high in water every time I talk. What are you doing? No, nothing. I'm in the water. He's always in that water.
But see, here's the thing. And we got 2 minutes, but I could end it on this. When I moved to Vegas, I moved here to be something. I knew I had to get to a big city. So that's why I retired at 47. I knew I had to get out here. But I struggled. And my first 2 years here, I struggled. I was Ubering for my life. I was lifting for my life. A lot of people aren't willing to do the struggle. I hate to say that, but that's what it is.
When we come back after this commercial, I want to talk to you specifically. I love that you brought this up about struggle and success. I really need to talk to you about this because this is so important for our audience to hear. Guys, we'll be right back. Vegas Views, Don Sullivan, Danny Miner. Tune back in. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
I was not ashamed of the hatred that I had to bear. I shared it with them. They just didn't know. From their point of view, I was just some savage crusader, devil sent by a country of devils to kill. And that's what I did.
So you just
Vegas Views, Don Sullivan, Danny Miner. So we were just talking about struggles. I like that you had brought that up. So you said when you first got out here, like you were determined, but you had to put some hard work in. This was not easy.
No, this was not easy. You know, I thought I'd come out here and run this city, but everybody knew Danny Miner back home. Yeah. I got here, I was nobody here. Yeah. I mean, I was nobody. I was just an extra person, so I had to work hard meeting you, meeting the right people, and it's just putting yourself out there.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying, Don, is coming out here, not knowing anybody, not having a job. I mean, I knew not one person. Most people won't do that. Most people stay in their comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Even though they're not happy, they're happy enough. And when you're just happy enough, that's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Because you get stagnant, you stay in that one spot. Even though you know there's more out there, you're not willing to struggle. People aren't willing to struggle, and you have to struggle for years maybe.
I think that you just said it. That is the key to success, is change. Key to success is change. If you know that you can do more and you have to do something to move forward and grow, do that. Because you're right. I do know people currently till this day that have been sitting in the same spot with the fear of change or the, I'm okay, I don't really want to go, or this might not work out. Honestly, when you go do something new, it's probably not going to work out the first time, the second time, the third time. You got to try. There are so many times where you're going to find yourself in a position where it's not going to work. You might even think, oh, should have I even done this? I was more comfortable back here doing this or doing that. Put your time in, guys. Not even just in the business that we're in, not even in
any business,
any business. Put your time in. Make smart moves, but do it. Do something. I don't want to bring it on to this show, but do hard things. Like
anyone
that knows me, it's my slogan in my agency is I tell everyone, come on guys, do hard things. I get some people like, I'm scared, I don't want to do that script writing. Dawn, I'm afraid, I don't want to get in front of this producer and read this script. I'm nervous, I don't want to go walk this runway in front of all these people that, could hook up my career. What if I fall? What if you fall? Good. You'll be the girl that fell, and maybe they'll hire you next time. She fell once, the likelihood of falling again is not there, right?
I totally agree. Yeah. And this is the way I look at things, guys. Think about back when we got our video games. I always look at it like video games. Mario, right? Yeah. We're all playing Mario, and we would get to that level where we couldn't figure it out. We were stuck at that one level. We couldn't get level 7. We couldn't get done. But you know what we did? We just kept doing it over and over again. Guess what? We got over level 7. Now we're in level 8. It's a video game. Keep doing it, you'll learn it. Yeah. Just like we did. I always look at it like video games.
I love that analogy. This is so good for young people too, guys. What you're doing in your video, I love that analogy.
I always thought that. Remember, when we were kids, sooner or later you figured it out. You maybe did it 100 times, but that 101 time, you figured out and you went to level 8, and we never gave up. When we were kids, we never gave up. When you become an adult, you give up. Kids didn't give up because they believed what we told them. We forget, and we don't believe it anymore. Yeah. As we get adults.
Can I ask you today, you believe you're going wherever you want to go, huh?
I believe, yes. Yeah. Because I have the mindset now where I didn't before, and I'm going to tell you how. A month ago, I came in here and I said to you, I just can't get YouTube. I can't get it. I don't know what the hell. I'm posting videos and getting 2 views. Yeah. I get 1 million views on TikTok, 2 views on YouTube. I'm going to quit this. And then I went home and I said, you're going to quit this? You sit on all your social medias and you tell people you're not going to quit. And you're just going to quit because you're only getting 2 views. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's a month later. My last couple videos, 14,000, 15,000 on YouTube, 12,000 on YouTube. My podcast that I just did on YouTube, I got 200 views on the podcast after it aired. Yeah. So 200 people came there and watched my podcast after it aired. And I was thinking, now I'm going up in followers every day. Yeah. Instagram, I'm averaging like 40 to 50 new followers a day now on Instagram. So I almost quit. But then I said to myself, you brag, go do this, do that, and you're going to quit? What the hell's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is, you just got to keep going. You got to just keep going.
Guys. You have to, no matter what it looks like. If you're in a shitty position right now and you're in a spot where maybe your life isn't going great and you're nowhere near where you need to be, you got to figure out this, and this before you can even get to this. I promise that will happen quicker than you think. And then once the success starts, but I truly believe this. And my belief is God. It could be anybody, a higher power, whatever you guys think. I'm not Bible pushing. I'm just saying.
I understand.
God needs us to learn a couple of specific things prior to letting the success happen. That struggle needed to happen. What if you would have gotten here and there was no struggle? It was like, oh, Danny Miner from back there came here and he's Danny Miner here and nothing changed. You learned a lot about it in your struggle, right?
Exactly.
That's the thing. When you learn stuff in your struggle, it helps you in your success. Struggle so you can man your success, because you won't be able to handle your own success if you haven't felt a struggle. It is so true.
And I agree with you at this point too. If you struggle more, the success is even better. Because you know what you did. I'm freaking Ubering for my life out here. You know what I mean? I'm Ubering for my life, and then I put myself in a position where I'm 1,000 followers away from 250,000 followers are watching Danny Miner. It's insane. 250,000 people watch me.
Do you sometimes say to yourself, because you're TikTok famous, do you sometimes say to yourself, like you know you're cool and stuff, and you know your stuff is outlandish and whatever, but like...
My girlfriend don't think I'm cool, though. Just like...
Yeah, he is so cool.
She's like, you try to act cool, but you're not cool.
Danny, you're so cool. I think you're one of the coolest people
I think
know.
she keeps me, because my head would, you know me, my head could get big. I think she has to knock me down in here.
Yeah, to hold you like normal.
Yes.
You'd be like, here I am.
Look how great I am, because when I come here, you and Maria build me up. I come out of here, my self-esteem's like this. Then I get out into the car and Liv lets me know I'm not that great.
I watched the show, Danny. You sucked.
Yeah.
I like that about her, though, because everyone needs that kind of balance.
But
everyone needs
Dawn, I agree with you. Like, and I'm going to tell you guys, when I moved out, can I tell you, I know you don't believe in psychics or anything like that.
No, I believe in psychics.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because in my, like, being a Catholic...
It's the other 95% of the weird shit that you come up with that I don't believe in. Psychics, yes, I believe heavily in psychics.
Being a Catholic, we're not actually supposed to believe in that.
Right.
But here's the thing. I got to tell you, I went to Salem, Massachusetts. Have you ever been there? Okay.
Yeah.
Me and my girl, when we retired from police work, we just got in our car and said, we're going to go on vacation. Who knows where the hell we're going to end up. We just drove for like 2.5 weeks. It was the best vacation I ever went on. And we drove all the way up to Maine and all them different, New England towns up there. It was gorgeous. And then we ended up in Salem. We spent like 1 or 2 days in Salem, Massachusetts. And we went to a psychic there. Okay? Now, it was a medium psychic. So she could bring people from the dead, and she was a psychic and stuff, right?
I love that.
So I go in there, and I said to the receptionist, I said, does she have any appointments today? She goes, you can come back at 1 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, you're going to be shocked. She's very good. And honestly, it was only $50.
Okay.
That's all it was. I was shocked that it was only $50, and I figured I'd get in there and she'd scam me and say, I could tell you more for another $50, but she never did. Honest to God, she never did.
Ready for the scam.
Yeah. So I didn't give my name or anything. I just came back. So this lady knew nothing about me.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I go there, we start talking this and that. She brings my dad up. She said, your dad's here. He said, you're going to do some kind of, honest to God, this is what she said, that I was going to do some kind of investigative work when I got to Vegas, which... I kind of am. I kind of am.
If you guys don't know Danny's normal platform, go check him out.
It's on
TikTok.
true crime.
It's on true crime.
Right. And
that's really cool.
And so she did say that. She said, I said, well, how do you know that? And she said, your dad just told me he's here. You know what I mean? He's right here, this and that. And I'm like, wow. And I'll be honest with you, she got me teary-eyed. I mean, to be honest with you. I walked out of her like, I'm not crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the one thing she said, she goes, do you have any questions to me? And I said to her, am I going to be okay in Vegas? Because I was scared. I was like a month away. And she said, are you going to be okay? This is where you make it. I swear to God, she said that to me. That was her exact words to me. And I'm like, what? She goes, this is where you make it. You've been trying your whole life. This is where you make it. That's what she told me. Honest to God. And listen, when I was
I love that.
Dawn, when I was a cop, I sent you and Maria that joke thing they made of me.
That's great, yes.
But I was a supervisor too, but they would always tell me, my fellow officers, they would like, Dan, you're not really a cop. And I'd be like, what do you mean? They're like, you're a politician, you're an entertainer. Yeah. Because I was able to talk to people. I would go to a scene, and if I could clear it up without arresting people, I cleared it up without arresting people. Hey, knock it off, get going. I was that kind of officer. I didn't take things overly serious. If I went there and I could clear it up without arresting people, I did that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they would call me a politician. They would call me an entertainer. They'd call me a bullshit artist. And I did all our, like when we had a homicide, I was the guy to talk to the news. I was, you know what I mean? I was live on the news at 11 o'clock. That was me.
Did you love it?
I loved it.
You love talking about the murder.
Listen, I played basketball like 4 nights a week when I was a cop, right? We pick up games and stuff. The one night I'm at the YMCA playing a pickup game, right? Soaking wet, just got done playing like 3 games. My officer calls me and goes, we just had a guy come down the stairs with a shotgun and shoot his brother-in-law sitting at the computer because he dissed him. And he goes, I don't think the guy's going to make it. He got shot with a shotgun, blah, blah, blah. They said, you got to get out here. I raced to the scene. So I'm driving for the scene. It's like 10 miles to get to the scene. I was chief of police at the time.
Yeah.
So I get out of the car, shorts, sweating, hair's all over. There's the news Like here's the chief, and they're trying to get my story. I'm like, all right. I said, I'll give you. They're like, we're gonna go live, and we want you at a live 11 o'clock news, blah blah. So I go in, and the DA gets on the phone with me, and the district attorney's like, all right, do the press conference, but don't give them any. Give them, but don't give them anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them, but don't give them anything.
Something happened, but we're not going to tell you
Yes.
about what happened.
The DA's like, don't tell them everything. I'm like, all right. And this happens behind the scenes. Believe me, the district attorney's talking to me and stuff. So I go out there and I do this interview, and the district attorney calls me back and goes, that was great. I'll be honest with you, it was late at night when we called him. I think he was a little drunk.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it was 11 o'clock. I think he was a little drunk when he's talking to me. But that's what happens on these scenes. So I was used to that. I was used to being on camera. I did all our presentations. I talked in front of 10,000 people. You know what I mean? So I've been there. I've been a public speaker my whole life.
Yeah.
So I knew I had this gift. And I'm going to be honest, am I rambling too much?
No, this is what I need. I need to hear this.
Listen, this is how I knew I was good at something. I'm going to tell you. I'm in college, and I took speech class, okay? And I think I said this before. And my speech teacher was like, Danny's giving a speech tomorrow. After I gave my first speech, like, people cheered, when's Danny going to give his next speech? Like, when I was giving my speech in speech class, people were coming from outside the rooms to hear. So then I knew that I had some kind of gift of communication, because people loved my speeches in speech class in college.
You 100% have epic mouth game.
Yes.
You do.
I would not debate me.
Mouth
like,
game.
if I was somebody, I would not debate me.
No, I am the biggest. I can argue. I can debate. Nope, I don't even play with it. I'll just agree with you because you have mouth game. You do.
There's a guy on TikTok.
I gotta stop you though
Go
for
ahead.
1 second. Okay, this was hysterical. You did the Italian accent last night. Okay, because I'm flipping by and it was late, and I'm saying, "What in the fuck is he doing?" And I hear you like going off, and you did the best, but it was like a New York Italian accent.
Yes,
you had going
exactly,
on.
yes.
It was epic. I never heard you do that before. I was like, he's talented. Can you do it one time for our
I
audience?
can't
It was
without
so funny.
cursing.
Maria said one time he can curse.
I say really bad.
Let's
Well,
just
what basic?
do it,
This
'cause it was so funny.
I don't even know if I could do it now because you put me on the spot. But listen, Putin has one of our soldiers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He took
Tell
one of
me,
our soldiers.
give everyone the background on Putin having the soldier, please, because
One of our soldiers got arrested in Russia.
Yes.
One of our United States for stealing.
Yeah.
Come on, stealing? What did he steal? Candy fish? I mean, come on, right? So first of all, I don't believe this shit. The first off, right? I don't believe it. So my thing was, I was thinking to myself, we never had an Italian-American president. We never did, right? Could you imagine an Italian-American president? Honest to God, he'd be like, yo, you got fucking 10 days to show our president right fucking here, and you owe me $10,000. So you bring the money, and you bring the soldier here. I mean, I did it better online. I did it better on TikTok, but that's basically, I don't want to curse anything.
Yeah, and don't forget a fucking cannoli.
Yo, listen. Or I pay you a visit. I pay you a visit. That's what I said. I'll pay you a visit.
I lost my shit last night. I'm going through and I'm like, oh, I see the Italian flag, and I'm like, what is he doing? And I'm like, oh, shit, that was so good.
And that's what and then I yelled. They said, yo, Tony the hot dog, man, get that spaghetti off your face, man. We're going to see Putin. But listen, my friends were texting me. They're like, oh, that's a community guidelines violation. They're saying that's definitely getting taken down. So
it didn't, though. It's still
I
out.
took it down.
Oh, you did?
I took it down because I'm thinking to myself, do I really want a community guidelines violation? So I took it down. It's still on Instagram and YouTube because I'm not monetized there yet, so I don't care. Yeah. But TikTok, I care, so I don't want to get a community guidelines violation. Because the more I watch it, I'm thinking, I'm definitely getting over it.
It was awesome, though. But can you imagine if we did have, like, that kind of president? I want that so
Could
bad.
you imagine? Yo, you got 10 days.
Yeah.
And then we come get you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. If shit was handled that way, how much better would our country be?
Honestly,
even financially.
Have you seen the new Italian president? She's crazy. I love her.
No, I don't know.
Oh my God, she's great.
Is she real Italian or she's like a?
She's Italy's president. She's yes. She's the
know
best.
yet.
Oh my God, she's crazy. She's crazy, yeah. This woke stuff, oh my God, is she against that? Like, she's the best. Honest to God, she is the best.
I gotta check her
Italy
out.
got a great president. Yeah. It's a female president. She's
You
crazy.
can tell how Italian he is by the way he says Italy. He doesn't pronounce the word. It's Italy. Italy.
You know, people don't realize. I mean, my grandfather's name was Biagio Minero. Could you imagine? That's more of an Italian name than anything.
Did this.
Yes.
They don't realize.
Biagio Minero. And I did this to Putin a couple times.
Don't get us in trouble, Danny. I love it. But no, you are, I believe, the psychic. I think this is it for you. I think Vegas is your spot. I know Vegas is your spot.
She was so good. And we went to the witch trials. Did you ever do that?
No.
Oh, that was great, too. That where they burned women because they thought they were crazy and witches. Did you know that?
I did. I try to stay away from that stuff. Anything with witches, I believe in psychics, but anything with like witches and the Wiccan religion and warlocks and stuff like that, I try to stay away from.
Listen, I
It's a
try,
little freaky.
and I stay away from the UFO talk because Dawn gets a little nervous about that.
No, I don't get nervous about the UFO talk, but I'm not kidding. We were on it for like 3 weeks. I was having fucking dreams. I'm not kidding. I like got 2 dreams I had in a row that I'm like in this see-through spaceship, and they had like, I don't know, clothing racks there, and it was really weird. I was like, Danny, help! And I was screaming, so fucked up. I woke up like terrified. I was like, oh my god! It was like a fashion bubble I was in that they were taking me out to space. I'm like, I'm having these kind of dreams. I can't.
Remember, I told you guys that there's a UFO buried because it's so big that they built stuff over it. Remember, I told you, and you guys looked at me like crazy. Well, the Australian guy from Defense of Australia. He's the one that said that this existed and they couldn't hide it because it was so big, so they built stuff over it. I heard it's in Utah, and I heard they covered it up and they built homes over it, like regular homes over it. And there is a UFO uncovered in Utah.
I don't believe that.
And listen,
I'm gonna roll my eyes at that. I don't believe that.
Listen, and I saw something else the other day. Did I tell you the other UFO I saw?
No. Oh no, you did when you guys saw the UFO recently, right?
I saw one of them friggin' Tic Tacs. I'm not kidding you. Listen, again, I'm at Lake Mead. You got to realize when you're at Lake Mead, you can see everything out there because it's dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's pitch dark, so you can see the sky so well. So there wasn't a cloud in the sky except this little cloud that looked like a Tic Tac. And I'm looking at it thinking, why is there a cloud up there? And I look, and then I realize this freaking thing's moving. I called Olivia again. She didn't get there. She thinks I'm nuts again. She didn't get there in time. Now I've seen 2 UFOs at Lake Mead, and no one believes me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get
You might annoy her. I can imagine like her at home, and she's like, "Oh,
I don't think she likes me. To be
oh,
honest
great,
with you.
it's him again. Yes, Danny. Oh, babe, come out here. There's a UFO." And they go, "Okay, Danny."
And then she
She's
says,
like taking her time.
"You're the best. Yeah, you're the best." That's what she says to me. You're the best.
Do you get offended?
Listen, I'm telling you, she don't see what everybody else sees.
Because she knows him.
She's annoyed by me, and this. Listen, if my TikTok went away tomorrow, the acting went away tomorrow, this other thing I'm involved in, the non-closure agreement, the closure agreement, if that all went away tomorrow, she'd be happy.
Really?
Oh yes, she wants the quiet life. She would live out by Lake Mead, hang out, kayak every day, and just be happy. She don't like this lifestyle at all.
Celebrity,
Yes.
like boom, look at it, and the people, and
Yes.
I think she's so funny how she deals with your fans, though. That in itself shows a lot about how cool she is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit about it. She's just like, she doesn't care. She's like, you want him, take him. Take him.
I show her stuff and she just, like this girl wrote on there, "You are so hot." She wrote across the whole thing. And Olivia's like, "Oh my God. These women, if they only knew. If they only, should I take a picture of your bathroom where you have stuff laying all over the place? Should I show them that? That's what she said. Should I show them your clothes laying all over the floor?"
Are you messy?
No.
You are so well put together all the time that I would never think you were messy.
I'm not messy, but she thinks I break everything. I leave things.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
You can break everything.
Yes.
You're like, what's that cartoon from back in the day? He goes like this. Oh, God. Not Wile E. Coyote.
Oh, he
The other
spin,
one.
yeah.
He spins.
I know who you mean. I can't think
Yeah,
of it though.
him. You're him. When you walk
Oh,
into
the
a
Tasmanian
room-
devil?
Yeah. That's what Danny reminds me of emotionally. He's like the Tasmanian devil. He's like, ah, and then you gotta keep up.
She's like, there's times like I wake up, like I woke up today, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm hopping in the shower, and she's like, "Oh my God, please. You got to realize, I got to describe her. I was the athlete in high school. Honest to God, I was the captain of my football team, but I was like the dumb jock, right? Olivia is the librarian who graduated first in her class. You know what I mean? So we are totally opposite. God would never have designed both of us together. Not at all. You know what I mean? Before I met Olivia, the women I dated were horrible. They cheated on me. They were horrible. And then I get this perfect girl. It's weird that I got her. Because she's like quiet. She's,
Nice.
she's master's degrees. I went to community college. She has a master's degree.
She's such a lovely person, but I do see why she's with you. You know how bored she'd probably be? She probably acts to you like, okay, Danny, I'm annoyed with this already, but you know how bored she'd be with a normie? Like a normal person that didn't act like as crazy. That would be so boring for her. Because she's so chill and whatever. Another boring person, she'd be like, she needs your over the top. And you need her boring.
I know we got to get off, but 30 seconds, I got to tell you this. When she was a cop, right? She was a cop with me, right? They would send new officers with me to show how I talk, and I'd give presentations. So if I gave a presentation to somebody, they'd send new officers with me to see the presentation. Yeah. Okay? And always when I got done, new officers would come up and think, oh, that was great. Oh, my God, you're such a good speaker. Oh, my God, that was great. They have her. Now, I didn't know her. I'm not dating her. She's brand new officer. They have her come with me, right, to the speech. I get done, and she's like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to go now. Like, she didn't care. She didn't say it was good. She didn't say it was anything. And after the thing, like, I was very protective of myself with women as a cop. I didn't want to get in any kind of trouble. Honest to God.
Yeah.
And this one girl, after my speech, she comes up to me and goes, oh, I was nude in my bedroom and there was a guy spying on me through the window. And this girl was like, obviously hitting on me. I'm like, oh, hey, that's great. And I'm trying to tell her, stick around. I don't want you to leave because this girl is making me uncomfortable after the show, right? And she didn't. She left. Boom, gone. And then she would be like, for 2 years, she worked there and didn't acknowledge I existed. I would walk down the hallway, and I was a detective, so I was in a suit. She would be coming up from roll call, and I'd pass her, and I would say, hey, Officer Connor, how you doing today? So she'd walk straight up, wouldn't acknowledge I existed. Didn't talk to me for 2 years. And then we met, then I ended up sitting next to her at our Christmas party.
Wow.
So that's how we ended up being. We sat next to each other at Christmas party. Yeah.
So there was like, she was just her always chill self, and she never wavered. She stayed her chill self, and you stayed your crazy self.
She acted like I didn't exist. Well, this is what she tells me. She said that, like, the patrol officers, the uniform guys, hate the detectives. They think the detectives are stuck up. They think they're arrogant. They're this, that. So she felt I was this arrogant D-bag. To be honest with you, that's what she thought. Yeah. And she never even, she didn't even act like I existed. And she was a lot younger. She's 15 years younger than me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was weird that we... And when we started dating, I was 42. She was 27. And they were like... People were like, this is never going to last. This is never... And we've been together 13 years.
And happy, and she supports you. I think that's incredible. I think it's incredible how you support him. We're coming back right after this commercial break. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, Vegas Views.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Now on digital and DVD.
Did it?
Space Wars Quest for the Deep Star is an epic sci-fi adventure.
Do what needs to be done.
An edge-of-your-seat wild ride.
We have company.
Tons of popcorn-munching fun. 5 stars. A love letter to the sci-fi films of the 70s and 80s. With plenty of action and fun for all. You need to see it. You really do.
The captain just decided it's time to go.
I am ready for a sequel. Experience a bold new adventure. Space Wars: Quest for the Deep Star.
A good old-fashioned adventure.
Now on digital and DVD.
Vegas views, Don Sullivan, Danny Miner. Danny, TikTok. What's going on with your TikTok?
Listen, first off, I saw this guy on TikTok that I was so impressed with that I'm kind of copying him. I'll be honest with you.
Is that a thing on TikTok? People just...
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And why reinvent? You see somebody doing well, you know what I mean? Do what they're doing. So, I yell and scream my videos, but I thought every once in a while I'll do something different. So this guy on TikTok, he is so good at it. I'll give you his thing. He does like a little short film of himself, and he plays 2 or 3 different characters in the film of himself. And he does it for like 2 or 3, and this guy has 3 million followers. He's good. He's good. So I've done 2 videos like that now.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I just did a video today on, did you see the big thing, would you rather be, oh, this is a good convo. As a woman, would you rather be stranded on an island with a bear alone or a strange man alone? Most women said they'd rather be with the bear. That's a big thing on social media right now.
I don't know. I gotta think about this. Hold on.
A strange man. Women are saying they feel more secure being with a bear than a strange man.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Maria, how do you feel?
That question is huge on social media right now.
If you had to be stranded on an island, Maria, with a bear or a strange man, who would it be? The man? The bear. Maria in production said the bear.
And I'll be honest with you, 99% of the women said that. So men started getting
But
offended.
a bear's already gonna just kill you.
But there's a chance it won't. Listen, this is what I look at it. The man's going to be even worse than the bear. The man's going to do worse things to you than the bear.
Why? I would beat his ass. Like, I'm starting to think I have more of a chance to take the man than the bear. For real, if they're gonna attack me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take a bear, but I could kill that guy.
Alright, so you would take the man.
To live, to survive, I'm taking the man because I can't kill a bear. I take the man because what
Okay.
makes me think that I can't kill this guy?
99% of the women said they felt safer with a bear than a man.
Really?
Yes, this
You
is
know
like
how
a big thing on
disgusting
TikTok.
that makes America look.
I know.
That's disgusting. That's how much women. That's sad.
Oh, it's all over social media. Like, it's the big trend right now.
No way.
Bear and man, it's the big trend. And so
yeah,
I did a video.
Man and see, and then take my,
I did a video. I did one of them. Like, I pretended I was 2 different characters in my video, and I asked myself, "What do you think about this?" And then I turned the camera and I said, being a cop for 27 years, I seen the worst in men, and I just said that I would want my daughters and any woman that I love to be with the bear. I
Wouldn't
trust
the bear automatically just kill us?
Not automatically, no. If it's a black bear, that bear could run right by you.
And wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
See, I don't know enough about bears then.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
maybe
a grizzly, a grizzly's gonna kill you.
That's what I thought. Like a grizzly, scary bear coming at me, killing me, eating me once. At least with a guy, I have a chance of survival. I can kill him first.
Don, it's just, men are evil. I hate to say that, man, because I'm a man.
Some men are absolutely
Did you see, I did a video yesterday, they arrested 18 men in 3 days in Henderson trying to lure kids to their homes. 18 men in Henderson in 3 days. That's just the people they caught.
Let me ask you, being, with your law enforcement background, how do you think these guys are even comfortable having this conversation? Would it sound something like this? Yo, bro, you into kids? Like, how does that sound?
I know.
Like, and then there's 18 of them
Oh
together. Like, yo, bro, you into kids? Are we gonna? Is it for money? Or they make it like? What in the fuck does anybody think that like? That's like
this
insane.
is a sick world. It's just
It is a
so
sick world.
sick.
Our society is really nuts. They got all these guys, right? They're arrested?
They're all arrested, yeah. There are 18 of them. They did a 3-day sting. And that's how many people it got. And like I said to my followers, that's just this one little tiny community.
Yeah.
In 3 days. Could you imagine how many people they missed in that community? And the Las Vegas Metro, how many people like that are?
Yeah.
It's scary. I preach. I don't know if you said. I preach online. Don't let your kids sleep over people's homes.
Never.
I don't even care if you know them. I don't care if they're your best friend. You don't do that.
You know what? I'm not going to call anybody out, but in my studio, for you guys that are just tuning in, or maybe you don't know me, I have a studio. I own a studio called Rise Talent Management. It's on DI and Rainbow. And I don't work with too many young kids, but some of the young kids, do you know, they drop their children off knowing that my Tuesday and Thursday acting classes are adult-based classes, but if they're old enough, they can come in.
Right.
Drop off their little kids to just go in the building, and I'll tell the parents, maybe one of you should stay in the lobby. Maybe don't leave your children. I am not there 100% of the time to be able to watch them. You don't know, you're leaving your children with 40, sometimes I have 50 people in my classes. You're leaving your children with 50 grown adults. You don't know not one of them. That's sick shit.
Yes.
But you don't leave your kids anywhere.
No.
This is another thing, guys. New moms, or not even new moms, any moms. You have a boyfriend that's kind of new to your life. You don't know him. You're not 100% sure. Don't leave them around your children. You know how many times we hear it's a stepfather doing something to kids? Not saying all stepfathers are bad, nothing like that. No. Or stepmothers, vice versa. This works both ways. People are nuts. They leave their children anywhere. And is it the parent's fault? Absolutely not. It's not your fault, parent, that there are sick fucks in this world that do this to children.
You just got to protect them.
But you have to protect them. 100% have to protect your kids. That's insane to me. That is insane to me.
It's a sick world.
I just wonder how they get together. How abnormal do you have to be like, hey, you want to steal some kids with me?
Oh my God! It's since 18 in Henderson itself. It's crazy. So I did a video on that, and I did a video this week.
And did they have kids in captive, or they were just looking?
No, they were just looking for kids. They trolled them online. The FBI was faking.
Yeah,
they were
love
kids.
How they do that right
Yeah,
now.
and they trolled them online.
You ever watch that show? What's that girl's name? She has a show where they catch the predator, but it's kind of like the old one.
Yeah.
Except she dresses up as a 14-year-old little girl, goes online.
It's sick.
And catches these guys. And you should see some of these grown men that are, in their mind, aware of FaceTiming with a 14-year-old and the shit they're back and forth with a 14-year-old. You need that much attention and that's your thing for a 14-year-old. You should be locked away. You should not be part of our society. I'm sorry if you're having those thoughts and those problems, go seek therapy, but also get out of the society somehow. It's dangerous. You're ruining and destroying children's lives and parents' lives.
I know you watch my videos, right? I probably did, and this is shocking me, probably 10 videos in the last 2 months of female teachers having sex with their students. I can't even tell you how many of them videos I've
Both
done.
male, female, female, male?
It's female, male. The teacher is having sex with her students. I just did a video yesterday. It's at 200,000 views. I think it's at 10,000 views on YouTube. This teacher had sex with her 11-year-old student. 11 years old. The parents found out because she was calling him, sending him text messages. I love the way you touch me. The kid was 11. And there's sick dudes on there. Oh, this is great. Come on. The kid's 11. He should be playing G.I. Joes in the backyard. I mean, it's crazy.
At 11 years old, do you know how much psychological damage that child's having, and nobody really realizes that point of it? If it was a little girl, they would turn it into rape. But because it's a boy, other men are saying that that's acceptable. That is horrible. That is disgusting. Poor little boy.
Yes.
Because psychologically, he can't possibly understand what's happening to him. That is abuse in every
What do you think's going on? I mean, this is
I
crazy.
was just going to ask you what's running through my mind. Do you think it's the internet and we know about it now, or do you think that, or wait, is America getting that sick? Because our mental illness is out of control. The internet did a lot for mental illness, and not in a great way. Yes, in a good way. I'm not against the internet. But I'm saying,
there's always good and bad.
There's always good and bad. But do you think back in the day this was happening and we didn't know about it? Or do you, but like this?
I think it's way out of control. I mean, honest to God, it seems like every week I do a video about a female teacher sleeping with her students. I mean, every week. It's insane that there's so many.
What has to be inside of that woman to think
I don't know. I mean, this is the only time I saw his 11-year-old, but it still don't matter. The one time it was a 15-year-old, dudes, they're like, oh, why did this happen to me when I was in school? That's how they were commenting. But they don't realize, I agree with you, it's psychological damage. It's still...
15, I'm not saying it's okay, but...
I know, but 11 was...
okay, but 11, You're a baby at 11. You're still a baby. You're not even going through puberty at that point to even understand. How old is this woman?
She's 26.
You're a sick fuck, 26-year-old.
Yeah,
What's her
it's
name?
crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, lady.
I did a video on it though, but
That's
it's
sick.
totally insane.
She is a 26-year-old woman with an 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting. Poor little boy. I feel for him. And now his parents are probably so traumatized because, I mean, they just sent their kid to school. Okay? And now they know that this is what happened to their child.
It's crazy.
It's not okay. It's disgusting.
It's crazy. But me and you get off such topic.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to talk about how you can get your TikTok going, explain. And me and you, we're on some...
Well, you know what, Danny? We protect people. Don't you feel like that? Sometimes we're such assholes. Like, we have a hard time with the obese community, but then we go ahead and we protect the kids, so it makes up for it. We hate one community, but then we love... we don't hate the obese community. I mean, the obese community. I'm just messing with Danny right now. I don't hate anybody except, like, forget it. I'm not going to get into it. Just kidding. This is what I'm going to say to the people that I hate. We are not the same. That's all I've been saying lately. It's true. We're just not the same.
But yeah, I mean, TikTok, you got to keep reinventing yourself. I mean, I keep redoing different things. Yeah. I try to make it funny. I try to make my TikTok funny because most of the time it's heartbreaking. I did a video on a guy that strangled a 3-month-old baby and killed his 3-month-old baby by strangulation this week. I mean, the stories are horrible.
What is going on? We would have known about this even without the internet, like even from county and state to state. When you were a cop, I know you saw sick shit. When you were a detective, I'm sure even more sick shit. But to this level or no?
This is,
okay,
it's bad.
So then the crime is evolving.
I think it is. I think people... Honestly, I think people feel lawless, like they can do whatever they want because nobody's getting arrested. People are being left out on bail. I don't know if you noticed, people in California, New York are just getting thrown right back in.
I heard that, yeah.
There's no bail. Yeah. There's no nothing. They're like, hey, don't do it again. They're kicking you out the door.
Yeah.
You can't run a society like this. It's going to collapse. I don't know why we keep doing this.
Yeah.
I really
100% agree with you. It's almost like whatever happens, happens.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm not knocking anybody, but the migrants in New York, have you heard that?
Yes.
What's going on there? The rape has gone up like, I think it was like 60% since the migrants. All women are just being raped and now punched in the face. Did you see that?
Yes.
They're walking up to women and straight punching them in their face.
Oh my God. It's just insane. I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. It's crazy.
Yeah. You got to be careful in anything. Man, woman, child, just be careful.
All right, I got one for you and Maria. You guys are going to laugh. I don't know how much time we have left, but this one's a good one. All right? Did you see Trump yesterday?
No.
Seriously, this man, he's a mastermind. Because of what he's doing now, and if he does what I think he's going to do, he's going to win the election. He's willing to go to jail for this contempt charge. Did you hear about this?
No.
Trump has been charged now twice with contempt of court.
Okay.
For lashing out in the courtroom, doing the gag order, so he's been fined twice. The judge now has told him, if he does it the third time, and you know he is. I mean, we all know he is. He can't shut his mouth. He's like me. He's not going to shut up.
Yeah.
The judge said he's going to put him in jail. Trump did a press conference yesterday and said, for the First Amendment, for the amendment of free speech, that is more important to me than jail, so I'll go to jail. He said, I am willing to go to jail for your free speech.
See, you know what scares me about that, though? Once he's in that system, they're going to keep him in that system.
I know.
That's what scares me about that. Because once he's in it, then he's in. Don't get me wrong. I get you standing up for your rights. I get it. Sometimes it's getting a little bit too far with him.
He's going to jail.
He's going far.
I'm going to predict right now, within 2 weeks, Trump's in jail. That's my prediction right now. And that is going to make him win the election. That is going to make him win the election. That he went to jail. Because he's telling people he's going to jail for us. He's going to jail to protect our free speech, and he's willing to go to jail for it.
He's starting to freaking get a Jesus complex.
Yes.
You know, now that kind of pisses me off, and don't get me wrong. You know how I feel about Trump. And I'm sorry, Donna. I love you. One of my almost best friend, she hates Trump so bad that we can't even talk about it. And I had to shut my mouth the other day because she went off, and I was like, Okay, I can't say anything. So Donna, I'm sorry about this. She really hates him. Hates him beyond hates him, and she's such a good friend of mine. So we don't get into it. But I hope he doesn't, because if he does, he's not getting out of the system. And pushing this Jesus thing is too far. He's doing this for us now.
Listen, but he is a
You
great...
can't recreate it, Trump.
Listen, I know why he's doing it. He's trying to get more votes. I know why. He's willing to go to jail to get more votes and win this election. But I'm going to tell you this. He is... I watch him, and he does some master things. This is a master manipulator thing to do. Saying, I am going to jail for your free speech. I mean, he's being a martyr to people. You realize some people are going to fall for this.
I know.
Some people are going to fall for this, Dawn. I'm telling you.
I know.
And what kills me is
But don't you think he's got too many people that hate him?
Yes, and it bothers me because our economy's so bad. Biden should never even have a chance. He shouldn't even have a chance. He should be booted just for how bad he ran this country. But he has a chance because everybody hates Trump.
No, he doesn't have a chance. You really believe that?
Yeah, I
do.
do.
No, there's no chance. Biden has there's no way he's going to win.
I hope you're right.
I have to be. I can't even stomach that. That's really just saying America hop in the gutter. Like, no, really, America jump in the gutter. Here's your president, jump in the gutter. We're done. Look at our world. Look at from state to state what's going on. In every state, there's just everything is out of whack. Everything's upside down. If you rewound 10 years ago and brought me to today and I looked, I'd say no fucking way. That is not happening. No way.
Yeah. And now, did you see he's passing a bill now to take away side hustles? You're not going to be able to do Lyft and Uber. Like, what does he want people to be broke? Like, he's doing things that... Like, it's not going to get him elected.
Wait, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, he's passing some kind of bill now that you can't be a 1099 anymore with Uber and Lyft. They're going to have to pay you health benefits and everything. Uber and Lyft ain't going to do that. They can't afford to pay people health benefits and make them a W-2.
So is he trying to get them... he's trying to get them as employees and not...
Yes, and they're not going to do that. And they can't afford to pay people benefits.
I don't want to get too into taxes or whatever because I just don't want to get into taxes or anything. But... that's funny. A lot of people are starting to try to trip and slip away of a 1099.
Right.
Because they don't want to, not that it's a loophole, but they don't want to have to be able to have lack of control of the U.S. funds.
Right.
So it could just be that, but that's never going to work.
It's not going to work.
That can't work. There's
they can't afford
side gigs.
Yeah, they can't afford to pay these side gigs health benefits. I mean, they're just not going to be able to do it. Like, I just don't get the shit he's doing, banning TikTok. Like, before the election, like, stuff that's going to ruin his election. Like, why would you do that, Don? Why would you sign a bill to ban TikTok when all your followers are young people? Like, I don't get why he's doing it. Like...
Yeah. I will
makes
be
no sense
shocked.
to me.
I'll be shocked. Who else do we have running? Anybody good?
Just JFK or RFK.
RFK.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
We are, honest to God. I don't see how this country comes back from all of this.
I don't know. If you had to move somewhere else, where are you moving?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
That,
Costa Rica is beautiful. Yeah.
And the thing about Costa Rica, I think I was telling you guys, as long as you show that you have income coming in, you have a pension, they accept you for 3 years. You're on a visa for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I have a pension, so the country will accept me. I could go over there on a visa, so, you know.
And again, there you go. Same lifestyle you live now. You have water. You'll have your TikTok. You'll have your life.
TikTok would even be better. Could you imagine Costa Rica? Hey, I'll be hanging out with the monkeys. It would be awesome.
He did not just say that. You're going to
be hanging out with the monkeys.
Your shoulder,
yes.
Fucking parrot.
And they have them other things, slots. Am I saying that right? Slots?
Yeah.
Like the little slow things. They have them. Could you see me doing the TikTok with one?
Yes.
I have one right here on my shoulder. It's going to be good.
Maria,
listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to Costa Rica. Olivia's not on board yet, but she will be. She wasn't on board about the Vegas thing.
She wasn't? How did you get her out here?
I have no clue.
There was no selling point for her.
She liked it in a way, but she was nervous about it. But then, listen, when I dropped her off at the airport, because she didn't drive across the country, I did. She flew here, and I had to drive across the country in a U-Haul. And when I dropped her off the airport in Baltimore, because I dropped her off the Baltimore airport to fly here, she's crying. Aww. She was like, "Are we doing the right thing?" You know, I had tears in my eyes too, and I'm like, "We'll be all right."
Now today she likes it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. She can never go back to that cold weather.
Yeah.
I mean, once you got this weather, could you imagine going back there now?
That is so amazing to me how much she trusts you. I love that. I love that she trusted you enough to say, like, lead this let's do this and lead this, and that's really amazing.
The good-
She's such a good girl.
I mean, I act like we took 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes,
Yeah.
but I act like I took a big chance. I did have when I retired, I got a lump sum from the police department. So we did have money in the bank. I mean, it wasn't like we did have money in the bank.
But still, no matter how much money you have, that's hard to leave where you're at.
I know.
The money's one thing, but to leave where you're at, leave everything and start something new, and then if you totally hate it and have to go back, it's still like a disruption of your life, you know?
Yeah.
But and some people may not look at that. I look at that shit as an experience, but some people don't look at it like that.
And people don't realize how much it costs to go across the country.
Oh yeah.
I had to get my cars hauled across the country. It cost me $1,000 just to haul my cars.
Yeah.
I had to pay because I didn't have a job. The condo I rented, I had to pay 6 months up
In
front.
advance?
Yeah, I paid
Yeah.
6 months rent up front. So I always say it cost me like $12,000 just to move here.
Yeah.
Honestly, just to move here, it cost me $12,000.
It's not cheap. Yeah.
No, and I'm glad I did it though. I mean, I love this place. You know, I totally love this
Me
place.
too. I love Las Vegas so much. This is home. Born and raised New Yorker, always, but Las Vegas is my home. This is my town. This is my city. I'm really known in this city too. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, you know.
We're all going to be known soon. We're all going to be known real soon.
I know, but this, don't tell them about your upcoming stuff. Danny has some cool upcoming stuff he can't.
I do,
talk about.
but I did sign a non-closure
Yeah,
agreement.
a disclosure.
Yeah, so I
You
can't
have
talk
to
about
stay
this.
with that disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna let you go now. Vegas Views, Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, my producer's like, shut the fuck up. She's holding up for like her 2 minutes. Guys, thank you so much for tuning and continue to watch. You want to be here next week. We will have a guest next week. It is a surprise guest. You guys are going to get in touch with me. Yeah. Dawn Sullivan _
Oh, at the Crime Solver.
at the Crime Solver. Have a good week, guys.